Thank you, Professor. I'll take it from here. My thoughts are, number one, I'm not going to do my Harry Carey impression.
Would you eat the moon
pay extra
if it
for
was
that?
made of green cheese?
Would you? I would.
It's a simple question, Doctor.
Spare ribs and some barbecue sauce.
I'll try bringing this a little closer.
Production value. Give the people what they're paying for.
Now I forget how I always start this. You're going to change today, for better or for worse, on purpose or not. So why not make it good? Change starts today. And we're talking about character strengths and virtue and what kind of person do you want to be. And today, appropriately, talking about gratitude.
Appropriately.
Because I'm in a place where some of what I am most grateful in life for happens to live. So I'm going to start, because you asked me to launch us.
I did.
By reading a few words about gratitude. This is from this book, Character Strengths and Virtues, by Chris Peterson and Martin Seligman. And I love who they chose as like an exemplar of gratitude, to be able to perceive gift, to experience joy in it, to feel like I didn't deserve it. They talk about G.K. Chesterton, who's a great writer, thinker in the early 20th century. Here's what they write. He delighted in the ordinary, was surprised and awed by his own existence and the existence of all else. Look at what's behind us. He set for himself the conscious goal of remaining childlike in his sense of wonder, and vowed not to succumb to the monotony and boredom that saps so many lives of joy and purpose. This sense of wonder at the ordinary is best illustrated in his letter to his fiancée, Frances.
Oh.
Which is a pretty cool name.
Yeah, pretty cool name.
In which he is apologizing for an ink stain on the letter. I like the cyclo-style ink, he writes. It is so inky. I do not think there is anyone who takes such fierce pleasure in things being themselves as I do. Isn't that wonderful?
That is really good.
The startling wetness of water excites and intoxicates me. The fieriness of fire, the steeliness of steel, the unutterable muddiness of mud. And then he writes also about how the test of all happiness is gratitude. The test of all happiness is gratitude. Children are grateful when Santa Claus puts in their stockings gifts of toys or sweets. Could I not be grateful to Santa Claus when he puts in my stockings the gift of 2 miraculous legs?
That was a nice double play on stockings there,
Wasn't
GK. Well done.
We thank people for birthday presents. Can I thank no one for the birthday present of birth? So his idea that really gratitude is in many ways kind of the root of virtue and of a good life, because we're the recipient of so many gifts that if we were working right, we would see them all the time, and we would be seized by gratitude, even in the midst of sorrow and suffering. Laura, your thoughts?
My thought. Thank you, Professor. I'll take it from here. My thoughts are, number one, I'm not going to do my Harry Carey impression.
Would you eat the moon
pay extra
if it
for
was
that?
made of green cheese?
Would you? I would.
It's a simple question, Doctor.
Spare ribs and some barbecue sauce. If you haven't seen Will Ferrell doing Harry Carey on Saturday Night Live, it's amazing. I'm grateful for that. But one of the things when we talking about gratitude today, that I thought of is I hold this tension of not being a naturally grateful feeling person and still wanting to and loving, recognizing all the good that is around me.
Yeah.
And I thought a little bit about like there are these beautiful scenes in movies, I think especially at the very end of It's a Wonderful Life, when George Bailey is so happy to be alive, and you know he comes back and hello, you old savings and loan, and you know he's just like overcome,
drafty old house,
with gratitude to see the things that even have hurt him in life. And I think about even G.K. Chesterton and his wonderful quote. It must be an orthodoxy when he talks about God saying to the sun, "Do it again, do it," you know. And I think, okay, but that's not. I don't have that natural orientation of my heart not to be grateful, because I feel gratitude a lot, but that kind of like overpouring of gratitude all the time. I actually think my mom is this way. Like I think she sees things and just has this kind of natural bent to marvel at them. And so it made me wonder, what can gratitude look like if it's not just an overwhelming of feelings?
Emotional gush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it made me think a little bit about the 10th leper in Luke when he comes back to Jesus. Because we don't hear a lot in that story about exactly how they all felt. Jesus told them to go to the priest. And so in a way, like,
that's the story when he sees 10 lepers.
Yeah, sorry.
And he cleanses them.
He cleanses them
Yeah.
and he heals them. And then he tells them to go to the priest or go to their church. And one of them comes back to him and says, thank you. And you don't get more than a verse of like what happened, but you see this person who may not have had any understanding of what just happened to him or why, but now all of a sudden has his whole life ahead of him and can go back to society and be with people feeling really grateful. And I was reading a commentary about that not parable, that actual story in the Bible. And the woman who wrote it wrote a little bit about a study that had come out of Berkeley a few years ago, suggesting that people who, not just the people who feel gratitude, are transformed, like it's foundational and on a daily basis as you recognize gratitude or think in this moment, I'm so grateful for my breath, or I'm so grateful to be alive, in those more quiet ways. But also the people who witness gratitude are transformed by it, so that it's not this private individual thing. And gratitude lists in a journal are really good because they can help us be on the lookout. But there's also something about witnessing someone else's gratitude that is profoundly transformational. And so it made me really think about how thankful I get to be for people like Mom or G.K. Chesterton, who will share their gratitude like that. And I don't have to become this entirely different kind of person who goes around just, yo ho ho, I am so grateful for my life every day. I could, but I can also just kind of feel God's tender nudging in my own heart when I do feel grateful, and then look for ways to both express that throughout the day and to hold that awe when I see it in other people.
No, but it's so strange, because I would say, when I think about the people of my life, in my life, you are one of the most grateful people that I think of. And I think of you experiencing gratitude and joy in what you see and what you experience all the time. And I wonder if maybe, as you say that, it's part of comparing our insides to other people's outsides.
Totally.
And
probably true.
So that I may see other people being grateful, be aware of that more, but I'm so aware of so many thoughts inside me that are discontented or preoccupied or whatever it is, that I don't recognize actually the gift that I might be bringing to somebody else when I am grateful.
That's true. I think that is a very accurate perception. And I think comparison and gratitude, go opposite of hand in hand. Hand and foot, whatever awkward picture. It's not helpful, and I think we all know that. Foot and mouth, hand, foot, mouth disease. Don't get it. Don't let kids get it. But anyways, it made me think of this poem that I really love, so I wanted to read that to end.
I'd love to hear it.
Okay. It's by W.S. Merwin, who was for a little while the Poet Laureate of the United States. And he grew up, I think, in New York City, and his dad was a Presbyterian minister. So he and I have a lot in common. And I think towards the end of his life, he was sort of in a place of faith where he believed and didn't, and struggled with that a little bit. And this poem captures that and some gratitude in a beautiful way. I'll skip through a little bit of the middle section, but this is called Thanks by W.S. Merwin. Listen, with the night falling, we are saying thank you. We are stopping on the bridges to bow from the railings. We are running out of the glass rooms with our mouths full of food to look at the sky and say thank you. We are standing by the water, thanking it, standing by the windows, looking out in our directions. Back from a series of hospitals, back from a mugging after funerals, we are saying thank you. After the news of the dead, whether or not we know them, we are saying thank you. With the animals dying around us, taking our feelings, we are saying thank you. With the forests falling faster than the minutes of our lives, we are saying thank you. With the words going out like cells of a brain, with the cities growing over us, we are saying thank you, faster and faster. With nobody listening, we are saying thank you, thank you. We are saying and waving dark lilies.
So, thank you. Today's the thank you.
Hey, I'm Tim. Thanks for joining us. Before you leave, you can subscribe to this channel or like this video or comment on the video. We love to read those comments. We read them every day, so we'd love to hear from you there. If you'd like to receive the emails that go along with each video, you can let us know at becomenew.com/subscribe. Or if you have a prayer request, we would love to pray for you. You can text that request to 855-888-0444. See you next time.